Hit it, Phil.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can it be the breeze that fills the trees with rare and magic perfume? Oh, no, it isn't the breeze, it's Jackson time. La-da-da-da.
Well, hello again. This is Buck Benny speaking. I'm joined by Hope Sears. I'm so glad Hope couldn't make it. Everybody else was kind of busy this weekend. Summer's always hard getting everybody to be able to make it. But we have a special episode today. This is The Lucy Show, and it's from 1967. This is Jack's official visit to The Lucy Show. I think Hope was here last time we'd had Jack visit The Lucy Show when he was a plumber, right? And
Yes.
That was interesting because that was 1964. And then they were acting like it wasn't Jack. They're acting like it was somebody that looked like Jack, right? Was the conceit of the episode. This time it's definitely Jack. And she's pursuing Jack to get his bank account. We're not going to give too much away. But this is known as the episode where we get to see the vault and what the vault is like. Yeah. But the reality is, as I was rewatching this, I was going, we really only see his bookcase and his door to the vault slide open, and that's all we see of his vault. What we really see in this is a vault that the bank creates to try and get him to say, we can make a vault that's better than your vault, and we want you to put your money in our bank. Isn't that true, Hope, that that's kind of what we get on this?
Yeah, it is. And I think that's probably done intentionally to kind of help people's imaginations and stuff re-engage, because maybe they didn't remember all of the stuff that was in Jack Benny's vault.
Right.
So I kind of liked that we didn't have to tour the vault twice.
Yeah.
It kept the plot moving a little bit.
Oh, agreed. And this episode, supposedly at the time, it could just be they were trying to they're always trying to make some sort of notoriety with an episode, but this one was known as the most expensive episode for television of a half-hour show at that time ever, because it cost a lot to apparently make all the things for the vault and everything and have all the extras and all of that. In this episode, there are some folks who played Native Americans, and that was questionable. What did you think about that part, Hope?
That I just thought that would not fly today. I mean, we're coming from the time where like there were Indians, the Indian what's it called, where it's the
Indian
cigarette
headdresses?
They're the wooden I think they're just called wooden Indians, where they're selling the cigarette. So it's just like that kind of imagery was everywhere. So yeah, I don't think they really thought about that or at all.
No, and they already at this point of time in 1967 were starting to become a little more aware of Native American issues with the way they're portrayed in television and so forth. So it was even probably a little insensitive at the time.
Yeah.
Certainly for now, it completely doesn't work. But, it's one part of the scene. And like we say over and over again, you have to take this for the time it was done. The whole concept of seeing the vault or a version of the vault or whatever is fun, and it was a neat thing to do, and I could definitely see how it would be an easy thing to pitch, because she does work in a bank and it does make sort of sense. It's I wouldn't say it's a overly laugh out loud episode necessarily, but it's for Benny fans, it's a fun thing to watch, and
it is
always
my favorite. Yeah, I really love this episode. This is my favorite of the Lucy Show, even when George Burns appears or Dennis Day. Like this episode of the Lucy Show is my favorite.
Yep, I love this one as well. Like I say, Benny fans will love it. If you weren't a Benny fan, I think you'd still enjoy it for one of her episodes. I don't think you'd love it necessarily, but because it'd be just a little awkward. Why are they doing this, and why do you need all this for a vault? But it is humorous that they're doing all this, and the amount of effort it takes. There's lots of little jokes throughout that are nice. Lots of jokes about Dennis Day gets a call back, and so does Phil Harris. I didn't expect the Phil joke, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. My favorite scene is when they're interviewing him for like, okay, we need to ask you some questions before we open the account, and like like I just realized watching it again that in this tiny scene you get pretty much all of the themes of the running gags. You get like his age, he was number 1 on Social Security.
Yep.
You get like he's I forget, there's some
It
call
plays like
to
the greatest hits of
yeah
Jack
it's like
Benny,
his
just going
vanity.
through really quick. His vainness, his stinginess, all of that gets thrown our way. His
Yes.
cast, the fact that his cast was so funny and what they were about gets thrown in there, and he mentions
And the walk this way.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, I often do, or something like that. And
Yes.
and my favorite joke in there is just like kind of one that I don't think most people probably find the most funny, but I really like the Jello joke.
Yep.
With
Yes.
with the
tattoo. Yes.
with the tattoo. That's one of my favorites. And I've often brought that up.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
And then the whole walk this way makes it extra funny for Benny fans, because as soon as she says walk this way and starts walking, you're going, oh, she's doing a Jack Benny impression in her walk. Because if you wouldn't even have to say it, you would have known, oh, she's imitating Jack in his walk, because it's not really a woman's walk. It's sort of a exaggerated woman's walk, if anything, and that's the way Jack walks. And so just to see that is fun. And then he walks kind of normal for himself, which still echoes that walk, but he doesn't try to exaggerate his walk, after her, which would be a common thing to do. But
yes,
the funnier part is to just walk like he normally walks, which is great.
Yeah. It's really good, that whole scene, all of it.
Yeah. No, just a great.
Oh, and the I don't in the joke about her the vainness, where he's she's saying to Mr. Mooney, like, I don't see any need for a chaperone, and he's like, oh, I wish you would. Just like his womanizing ways.
Yeah, I love that too, that they show that, and he's still saying that. And yeah, they gave him a few risque things to kind of play around with and say. He definitely is coming on to Lucy quite a bit. She is kind of oblivious to all of his stuff, sort of his coming on to her. So that's kind of fun too.
I think she was. I think it was very good acting, in the sense that she was trying to diffuse it and kind of act like nonchalant. And so because she wants the account, but she doesn't want to do anything crazy. So
right, the most she says is like, we'll go out for a date after we get the account, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I thought that was interesting too, the way they played that. It was interesting having him be Jack Benny, and her be Lucy Carmichael instead of Lucille Ball.
Yes.
It sort of feels like she should be Lucille Ball, but of course,
right, because next door neighbors, you can kind of see that kind of like closeness too in there. Yes. But I just always find it interesting that, like, even in this, where he's Jack Benny, he's Jack Benny without Mary.
Right.
And so it is interesting how,
and without his cast. So just him. And then I think it's interesting, if you watch the outfits he wears and things, he's like he's not the Jack Benny of his TV show. He's the real Jack Benny, or at least so he's coming across as kind of a celebrity sort of thing with like the or the ascot sort of thing, and more just looking more ritzy than you're used to him looking. And I don't know how much of that is due to him playing a plumber the last time he was on, and for them wanting to go against that and go, no, this is so we need to push it a little further. I'm not sure.
And that's why I think it's so interesting that they're just like, well, Lucy's going on a date with, or like supposedly going on a date with Jack after this. And so it's like, he's a celebrity, but he's not. Like, they're making him into sort of like his character in the sense that like there's no Mary in the picture.
Right.
Doesn't mention Mary at all.
No.
And so, it is interesting, which is more closely aligned with the Jack Benny programs. So it's an interesting kind of mix they tried to do with that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. It's just interesting to see Jack portrayed in this way. I mean, you have Jack and he so often does this after a show goes off the air. He's Jack Benny, sort of real life Jack Benny mixed with Jack Benny character, because he still has to be cheap, when in real life we know he wasn't cheap. So we know it's not really Jack, but it's this strange thing. I've never seen anybody else do it. You don't see sort of who is he? I'm thinking the guy that plays Mr. Howell. He's not, if you see him interviewed, he's not sort of halfway Mr. Howell and halfway himself. He's completely himself, and Mr. Howell is a character he played. With Jack, the line is so gray.
It's so blurred, and I think people liked it that way.
I think he did a great job presenting it that way.
And I think the show did a great job with that. The ending, I don't want to give it away too much, but didn't one of the grandchildren say he was really mad about that at the convention because he didn't know that was going to happen, and so he ruined his suit? He was really mad because he got a new suit. It was really fancy, and he ruined his suit.
Because Jack, no, I could see that. But it worked really well, and it's one of those things that when they're doing it, they've got one take at this. They can't, otherwise to redo it would. It would have been really expensive, and they'd have to get a new suit for him and the whole thing. So one take, and they do a nice job in that one take. It works out really well, and they hit their lines, and Jack does some acting. I love he makes a gesture, and when he makes the gesture, it makes it even more funny because of what's happening around him. But not to get too much away. But anyway, fun episode. Anyway, with that, unless you have anything else to throw on this one, we'll just let them go ahead and enjoy this episode of Lucy's Show from 1967. Jack Benny as her guest. Thank you so much, Hope. And we'll see you folks next time.
The Lucy Show, starring Lucille Ball, co-starring Gail Gordon.
I think I've got it.
All right.
How's this for a bank slogan? If you want to feather your nest, save with us, we'll do the rest. What do you think of that?
I think it just misses.
No, well, we've got to get something short, something snappy, something attractive that people will listen to.
That's right.
Let's see now. I've got it. You can bank on us.
What's the rest of it?
Well, that's it. Short, concise, and to the point. You can bank on us. Oh, I like that. You put that down.
I've got it down.
Yeah.
Do you think Mr. Cheever will like it?
I don't care whether Mr. Cheever likes it or not. It's a good slogan. If Mr. Cheever doesn't like it, he's a fool. Believe me, a
Tony?
fool. Oh, hello, Mr. Fool. Mr.
Tony, I hope that you've come up with a suitable slogan.
Oh, yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir. Mrs. Carmichael, read it back to me.
I hope it's a good one. 3 of the other vice presidents came up with the same corny slogan.
Oh, what was that, sir?
You can bank on us. Imagine coming up with a slogan like that. You can bank on us.
Yeah, well, it is rather unimaginative, sir. Yeah.
It's worse than that. It's positively idiotic. Mooney, what is your slogan? Read it to me, Mrs. Carmichael.
Well, let's see here.
Oh, she takes so long to read her shorthand.
Well, come on, Mooney. It's your slogan. Can't you remember it?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir. I can... No, it's coming back to me now. We must be a good bank. Your baker puts his dough here.
Your baker puts his dough.
Well, that isn't all of it, sir. The entire slogan goes, your baker puts his dough here, so he has it when he needs it. Don't you get it, sir? Baker, dough, needs.
You've got to be kidding.
May I say something, sir?
No.
Yes.
Certainly.
Well, sir, I don't think a slogan is enough to bring in new business. What our bank needs is an advertising gimmick. You know, for instance, if we could get the account of someone who is unique and different, someone who that no other bank could get, like maybe the Queen of England or the King of Thailand or Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse?
Yes, if we had Mickey Mouse, then we could have a great slogan. Bank with us. Put your money where your mouse is.
That is the worst thing I have ever heard.
I like that idea, Mrs. Carmichael, but who can we find that is unique and different?
How about the Maharaja of Cooch Bahar?
How about the Maharaja of Beverly Hills?
Who?
Jack Benny.
Jack Benny.
Yeah, everybody knows that Jack Benny doesn't trust banks and keeps all of his money in his own home. If we could get his business, we could get everybody else's business.
If we could get Jack Benny's business, we wouldn't need anybody.
That's a splendid idea, Mrs. Carmichael.
Thank you.
Yes, I must send someone over to see Mr. Benny immediately.
Yes, sir, and I think that someone should be one of our more elegant and capable men.
I think that someone should be a young, intelligent, attractive woman.
Well, where are we going to find one?
I think I could get Mr. Benny's account.
Oh, forget it, Miss Carmichael.
No, wait a minute, Mooney. How would you go about it?
Well, sir, I would be very subtle. I'd flatter him, you know, play up to him. And I wouldn't even mention the bank until the opportune moment.
You mean you would intend to trick Mr. Benny?
You would connive and lie to him?
Well, no.
Why not, if it'll get the account? Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
I'll be right back, Yasha.
Mr. Benny,
Lady, if you're selling Girl Scout cookies, I'm the one who makes them.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. I wanted to see you about something personal.
Oh, about something personal?
Yes.
Oh, well, come right in.
Thank you.
Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Sit down. Now, what can I do for you, Miss...
Carmichael.
Oh, Carmichael.
Yes.
I used to have a polar bear by that name.
Oh, a polar bear. Was its first name Lucy?
No.
Well, you can call me Lucy.
I can?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can call me Jackie. Now.
Yes.
Now, what can I do for you, Lucy?
Well, Mr. Benny, I'd like to know where I can find your violin teacher.
So would a lot of other people. Now, what do you want them for?
Well, I want my nephew to take violin lessons, and I want the finest teacher available.
Oh.
And I thought that any man who taught a virtuoso like you must be the best teacher in the world. Isn't that true?
Well, yes. Yes. Now, let me think. Unfortunately, my very first violin teacher isn't available.
Oh, he passed away?
No, he ran away. Domestic trouble.
Oh.
But my present teacher is Monsieur LeBlanc.
Monsieur LeBlanc. Do you know his address, Mr. Benny?
Yes, I think it's 900 Valley Road.
900.
And he's a great violin teacher. He's been with me 20 years. And he has wonderful qualifications.
Oh?
He's tone deaf and hungry.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Benny. You've been very helpful. Gee, Mr. Benny, all these mementos and awards and trophies. You certainly have had a wonderful life.
Yes, I have.
What's this?
Oh, that's a picture of me when I was in the Navy.
Oh, I didn't know you were in the Navy. Was it the Korean War?
Bless you.
Oh, dear, all these wonderful pictures. Oh, there's one of Rochester.
That's right.
Oh, look at... Oh, and 2 presidents. My. Oh, there's a great picture of Bob Hope.
Yes, he's one of my fans.
Oh, I'll bet. Who are all these people?
Oh, this is the cast of my old television show.
Oh, they were all so talented. Do you still see any of them?
Well, occasionally I run into Dennis Day, and once in a while I trip over Phil Harris. Oh, that reminds me. Can I offer you a drink? A soft drink.
Oh, a soft drink.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any root beer or cola?
Well, yes, which would you like?
Oh, it doesn't make any difference.
That's true. They cost me about the same. Will you answer that, please?
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny's residence? Yes, but he's busy at the moment. Oh, all right, I'll tell him. Thank you.
Who was it?
It was your dentist.
Any message?
Yes, he said they're ready and you can pick them up tomorrow.
Well, good. I'm glad I have a dinner date. There you are.
Thank you. Gee, Mr. Benny, I envy you. You've spent your life in such an exciting business. It makes my job seem so drab.
Why? What do you do?
Oh, I work in a bank.
That's drab?
Well, it doesn't pay very much.
Oh, that's drab.
Yes, it is. I'm just a secretary, and the only way I can get any extra money to pay for my nephew's violin lessons is by bringing in new accounts for the bank.
Oh.
And I feel that if my nephew doesn't take violin lessons, that the world may be deprived of a second Jack Benny.
The world doesn't need a second Jack. The first one ain't gonna leave.
Benny, it's very difficult landing new accounts. It seems that everybody in Beverly Hills has their money in banks.
Oh, not everybody.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't have my money in a bank.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, why don't you keep your money in a bank?
Well, I probably would if I could find one that would give me the same security as I have in my home.
Oh.
You see, I have a burglar-proof vault right here in my house.
Is that so? Well, now, I'm sure that our bank could supply a vault that's just as safe as yours.
I doubt it.
Well, if we could, would you become one of my new accounts?
Well...
Oh, it would help me so much, Mr. Benny.
It would?
I would be so grateful.
How grateful?
Pretty grateful. Now, if you would give me a chance to get your account, then maybe we could go out on a date. We could go to dinner. How about it?
Well, that depends. Where are you planning to take me?
Oh, well, anywhere you want.
Well, good.
Oh, well, then you'll give me a chance to get your account?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll show you my vault. And if your bank can build a better one, you've got my account.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Benny.
Now, right this way. Just one moment. Wait, right here. Oh, yes. It's down pretty deep. You better wear these.
What's that?
You're lucky. You're just in time to see the changing of the guard.
Carmichael, the workman finally finished the new vault.
Good. Mr. Benny should be here any minute.
Oh, you know, the bank has gone to great expense to build that vault. The sand hogs have been working day and night. If I'd known it was going to be so expensive, I never would have approved of it. We have just got to get Mr. Benny's account.
Now, don't worry, we will. Besides, it was my idea. I will take the responsibility. If it doesn't work, you can fire me.
Oh, I almost wish it wouldn't work. Oh, no. If it doesn't work, we'd both get fired.
Yes. Well, now, it will work if they followed my instructions. Did they dig it deep enough?
Well, it's 300 feet deep. Now, how deep was Mr. Benny's vault?
Well, I'm not sure, but before I was halfway down, I got the bends. It's very deep.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Mr. Mooney's office? Oh, yes, Gladys, send him right in. Mr. Benny is on his way in.
Good. I just hope our little scheme works, because if it doesn't, we'll...
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Oh,
It's so good to see you again. Thank you. I'd like you to meet my boss, Mr. Theodore Mooney.
How do you do?
How do you do, sir? It's a great pleasure.
Thank
Well,
you.
you're just in time to see the new vault. And if you approve, and I'm sure you will, we'll need a little information about you, so I'd like to ask a few questions, if I may. It'll save time later on. All right.
All righty.
Good. Now, if you sit over here, Mrs. Carmichael will
Right by
take
my
down
desk, Mr.
the information
Thank you.
for you.
Thank you.
There we are, sir. Now, your full name, Mr. Benny?
Mr. Jack Benny.
Your father's name?
Mortimer.
Your mother's maiden name?
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan?
Judith Priscilla.
Your social security number?
1.
Do you have any scars or identifying marks?
Well, yes, I have a tattoo. It was done many years ago.
What does it say? Jello.
I had to. In those days, sponsors were hard to get.
Oh, well, I think that's all the information we need, Mr. Benny.
Yes, now, Mr. Benny, you're going to see your vault.
And, well, I hope you're going to show it to me.
Oh, yes, sir, I am.
Well, don't you think that I should go along and be sort of a chaperone?
A chaperone? I can't see any harm in being alone with Mr. Benny.
Oh, I wish you could.
Oh, here we are.
Mr. Benny,
Yeah.
walk this way.
I always do.
Well, here you are, Mr. Benny.
Hey, it doesn't look bad. How deep are we?
We're 300 feet down.
Well, that might be safe.
It's also smog-free.
Well,
Stop! Don't step down there.
why not?
Landmines blow you to bits. See, it's not going to be easy to get to your vault. Follow me. Now, Mr. Benny, nobody can get past this.
Now, why not?
Well, look what happens when I break the electric beam. Now, you see, Mr. Benny, nobody will ever be able to get to your money.
Including me. Not that I ever intend to take any out, but I like to go in and fondle it once in a while.
Well, sir, we have taken care of that. We have a switch that disconnects the guillotine. There it is. You can proceed now.
Ladies first.
All right. Now, Mr. Benny, I'd like to show you something very special. This is guaranteed safeguard against burglars.
That?
Yeah.
This is a wooden door. A termite could get through it.
Well, it's a decoy.
A decoy?
Yeah, stand up against it and see what happens.
That's cute.
Cute? Weren't you frightened of them?
When you've been with Custer, nothing frightening.
Okay, come on now.
Cheddar-kawana-kawi.
No, Cheddar-kawana-kawi.
Yes, Cheddar-kawana-kawi.
All right, yes, Cheddar-kawana-kawi. Boy. Oh, the nerve of them. You know what they wanted?
Time and a half for overtime.
That's right. How did you know?
I'm their agent.
Oh.
Frankly, if you expect me to keep my money here, you have to make a vault safer than this.
Oh, well, now, Mr. Benny, let's keep going. The best is yet to come.
I hope so.
Now, this water, right here, this water will stop anybody.
Well, how deep is it? Is
About
it very
a foot
deep?
and a half.
Well, how will that stop a crook from wading across?
May I show you?
Yeah. What happened?
Piranha fish.
Piranha fish? What a picnic they'd have with Jackie Gleason. You know, by the time he could say, and away we go, he'd be gone.
That's right. We can guarantee that no crook will be able to get past this.
Oh, yeah? All a crook has to do is take that door off its hinges and use it for a bridge.
That's a very clever idea. Why don't you try that?
All right. Hi, Irving.
Irving?
His mother works for me.
Oh, boy.
Now, how am I going to get to the vault?
Well, I'll show you, Mr. Benny. Now, follow me. Come on. There.
Hey, that's clever. There's rocks in the water.
They're not rocks, Mr. Benny. They're snapping turtles. Okay, fellas, beat it. Now, there is your vault door. And I defy any crook to get it open.
But supposing some crook is smart enough to get it open, then all my money would be stolen.
Yeah, but they have to get to the vault first.
Well, what's going to stop them?
Well, follow me, sir, and I will show you. May I have your hand?
What's happening? What's this?
It's quicksand. This is a bottomless pit.
Why didn't I think of that?
Did you like it?
It's wonderful. You're a genius.
Thank you, thank you.
Believe me, I'm going to keep my money in this bank.
Good. We'll send over an armored truck to get all your money.
Send 3.
Oh.
Oh, boy, this quicksand is the cleverest idea I've ever heard.
Glad you like it. You know, I think it's even better than your shark-filled moat.
And cheaper. You don't have to feed them.
That's true. Then it's a deal?
It is a deal.
Oh, I'm so glad.